When I think back to the exhibition now, we only just got to do it barely by the skin of our teeth. COVID-19 was looming, and there was talk of a student having tested positive in Trinity College, which was right beside Clare Street, where the exhibition was being held, in what was Green's old bookshop. We couldn't find any sanitiser in any of the shops nearby for us to use, but Tony managed to get his hands on a spray for a ridiculous amount of money. But we all used it only now and then, when we remembered to. There was no sense of urgency, as there is now, to be using the hand sanitiser, or if we were faced with the same shortage. It really was so nice to have so many of our peers and colleagues and friends, as well as people we had never met before, attending the opening night of the exhibition. A few people have said to us since that was their last social outing before lockdown, which is mad really when you think about everything that's happened in the meantime. Over the course of those 3 days that the exhibition was running, we had so many people stopping by that we knew, those we didn't, friends, family, colleagues. Some people just walked in off the street, and a lot of the time those were actually the best ones because they were just taken by surprise. What was there just happened to be passing, thought they'd stick their head in and see. It was nice. In general, there was a very overwhelmingly positive response to the exhibition itself. The look of it, which was especially thanks to Ruby and Connor in Design Factory, but mostly the feel of it and the stories that were being told by the people attending, and also by the objects themselves. This is the Irish Global Solidarity in 100 Objects podcast, which is going to do just that. Tell these stories, the stories behind the objects. The exhibition itself was in part inspired by an exhibition curated in the British Library, A History of the World in 100 Objects, and similarly A History of Ireland in 100 Objects, curated by An Post, the Irish Times, the National Museum of Ireland and the Royal Irish Academy. Mostly, however, Irish Global Solidarity in 100 Objects was inspired by stories. Ireland it's a small country. We've had quite a considerable impact on the world that we live in. We wanted to tell the stories of Ireland's history of solidarity, a perhaps previously undocumented history of change from within Ireland, a history of our activism. So many of these stories go untold or get forgotten, and that was our inspiration for this.